looking and talking into this mic for sure.
Right, you gotta be like almost up on
All right, that makes sense.
it. Except for me and Andy. Andy probably doesn't have to be that close to his.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but you know.
Blue bar, blue bar, blue bar.
You know, when you texted me and it went, I said, not anymore, because they had gone to 14-0. I just for a second, because I was setting up the Christmas tree for JC as a surprise for when she got home, and I just checked, and I was like, holy shit, 31-0, Jesus Christ. And then, explain to me why. Explain to me why Jay Daniels was playing.
I didn't get that at all. I don't know why he was out there.
So then he gets hurt, and Mariota has to come back in. Jesus Christ.
I should put some lotion on it.
For what?
Remove ash.
Oh.
Troy got
Yeah,
issues. Troy got
Look.
issues.
So, there was a female that I worked with in Sea Pleasant, and
Right.
she and one of the other females used to talk about looking ashy, and I said, you know, being the person I am, I'm like, what the hell is that? What do you mean looking ashy? So, they explain, you know, black people have. I'm like, wait, I thought black doesn't crack. How can you be ashy?
True, true. It does ash though.
Yes, it does.
But they had look all the time. They had lotion.
Yeah, there's people that just, I never bother with it.
All right.
Just like that, when you walk into the humidor,
Yeah.
it says Davidoff on the window. Yeah.
So this is really, his lounges are Davidoff lounges? Or?
Well, I think when he first had this done,
Yeah.
in order for Davidoff to put their name on that glass,
Yeah.
I don't know if, so you can't be a Davidoff
Yeah.
lounge
Yeah.
or Davidoff store, brick and mortar,
Yeah.
without having a certain amount of facings
Yeah.
for not just Davidoff,
Right.
but they have to have a certain amount of facings for Avo and Camacho.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what you're hearing right now is three veterans talking about cigars.
oh my.
So, we're going to get into three veterans, cigars, and bourbon. I'm going to start from my right to my left and go with Andy, who was a Marine Corps veteran, also a tobacconist. Then to my left, I got Troy, who is a grill master,
Yes, he is.
smoker of meat. And then of course me, I'm sorry, Troy is an Air Force veteran.
That's right.
So me, you all know I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and content creator for what you're hearing today. So we're gonna start off with Andrew. Andrew, can you tell us what cigar we're smoking today?
We are smoking the Blackened, also called an M81. It is a Drew Estate cigar that was created with the help of the lead singer from Metallica, James Hetfield. It is it's a Maduro, San Andreas Mexican Maduro, but the filler and the binder are also Maduro tobacco. The binder is Maduro from PA and Nicaragua, and then the filler is Nicaraguan Maduro, and it is very tasty.
And then Troy's gonna give us the great tasting whiskey that we're drinking. Normally we would do bourbon, but this one is a whiskey. So Troy can give us a little bit of a background on this whiskey that we're drinking.
Pairing with the Blackened cigar is what we have right here, the Blackened whiskey, which was also made in partnership with Metallica. Well, technically it's not a bourbon, it's an American whiskey. It does include blends of several different whiskeys across different distillers. But it also has a blend of rye and a variety of other things. The marketing on this says that it uses a process called the black noise process, which essentially blasts sound waves.
Sorry, Andrew's fired. He's trying to show the Blackened, but he's pointing towards me instead of the camera.
I didn't want you to forget what it was.
Go ahead, continue, Troy.
Where was I?
Sorry, Troy. About the noise?
The marketing.
Oh, yes. So the black noise process, it blasts sound waves into the barrels while the whiskey is aging. And supposedly this process gives the whiskey more contact with the wood as it ages. So for me, I've had the whiskey, I've had the cigar, but I've never had the two together. So this will be an interesting experience in seeing exactly how they pair.
Without question, yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now that I've already tried them both, and I think we did a good choice on this one.
Yes, we did.
So, all right. All three of us are veterans. We've all served. Well, some of us have served. The other one just sat in a chair. But
Oh wow, we're going there immediately.
Holy smokes.
Okay.
I mean, you know, we got to go with the chair for us.
Saving marine lives left and right. From the
From
air.
the chair.
All right. Let's not embellish the truth. Gracious.
But no, so let's talk about, where overseas or a place here in the United States that you went and served and you actually like being there. Andrew.
Well, obviously, I didn't like Paris Island one tiny bit.
So you wanted to be a Hollywood Marine is what you're telling us.
No, I wouldn't even want to go anywhere near San Diego. But,
Shots fired.
yeah. No, I mean, and then after that, Lejeune, and then after that, outside the country in Bahrain. Had a lot of fun doing what we were doing.
Troy?
Well, I'll say that for me, I spent my entire time on active duty at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska.
Chair Force.
Okay, keep going. Yeah, I was a crew chief on the RC-135. Shout out to my fellow maintainers out there. But I spent time in the Air National Guard as well. I was in the Nebraska Air National Guard and the Pennsylvania Air National Guard, and at that point was when I started traveling quite a bit more. But I'd say one of the places that I've been to that I really enjoyed was Ramstein Air Force Base. There's Kaiserslautern right outside the base there, called K-Town, and had a few adventures out there. Enjoyed myself.
Well, I didn't get a chance to go to too many places. Okinawa, Japan, Cali for probably about 2 months. Even went to Fort Bragg for a little bit doing the exercise out there. I would say being over in Japan was a different experience altogether because, one, mainland Japan is exactly what they say it is. It is nothing but lights. Every restaurant that we have here in the United States is on one strip with nothing but the neon lights so that you can see that is that restaurant when you pass it. Now, when you get out to Ogi, of course, you're out there in the woods, in the wilderness, and the forest, and all that other good stuff. But I would go back if I had a top opportunity. I would definitely go back. But all the other places, yeah, I'm kind of like Andy too. Paris Island was not the place that I wanted to be, but I didn't want to be a Hollywood Marine either because we got the Hollywood Marines got a lot of flack for being Hollywood Marines, so I didn't want to be one of those.
It's all one corps, isn't it?
It is unless you're a Hollywood
Oh,
Marine
you're innocent.
or you're a butter bar. Shout out to Tom Butter Bar.
So let me ask you this. So you said Japan, Tokyo. I think that's what you're talking. Or
Okinawa.
Okinawa. Okay. So, but you were talking about the lights, right? So compare that to Las Vegas. Which one's brighter?
Mainland Japan.
Wow.
Oh, good.
That's saying something.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I want to tell you this. So when we got there, it was actually raining. So they put us on a bus from mainland to go to Oki. And, the rain, when it's coming down real heavy, you can barely see.
Right.
You could tell what signs were what signs when we passed them.
It was lit up like that, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
So most definitely Japan over Vegas
Okay.
any day.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, that's saying something. Good.
All right, so let me give you this one. Let me see where your heads are on this.
I'm waiting for him to say, so what do you think about the government?
When did you smoke your first cigar and what was it?
I don't know. Andy, you want to go first?
Sure. So I was at a retirement party for my lieutenant in the Special Operations Division of the police department I was working at. And he was retiring after being there for about 30 years. And they brought some cigars, had never smoked cigars, 1988, 89, somewhere in there. And they pass out in the Puro Fuente 858. It was pretty damn good. So, and although I didn't smoke as frequently as I do now, if not for that cigar then, I probably wouldn't be still smoking after these years, all these years. That cigar was really tasty.
Okay. For me, I was, as I just mentioned, I was stationed in Omaha. When I separated from active duty, I stayed in Omaha, and I was going to the University of Nebraska at Omaha, right? So what I did this thing where I had this ritual where every time I finished the semester, I would go and have a cigar, right? And they had this lounge there at the time. They ran into some issues later, and they're not there anymore, or they're there but under different ownership and different setup. But this lounge was unlike any lounge I had ever been to, and I can say I've been to lounges on multiple continents at this point. There has never been another one like this. I mean,
Really?
they had a nice huge humidor about the size of one here, and they had a bar. But then the icing on the cake was the bartenders. Beautiful women. They were probably 8 and up. So,
That's saying something
Caught your
for some
attention.
girls.
that was back then before I was married.
Of course it.
But so for me, it wasn't so much about the cigar. It was about
actually
that
yesterday, you
experience.
lying.
Oh, okay. Well. But if I were to guess what was my first cigar, I don't remember. I think it was an acid by it was an acid Cuba. That's the first one I remember smoking. It was a flavored cigar,
Right.
and which I think is probably a good first cigar for most people. And obviously, I continued on after that. I liked it.
No, you're right. I would say it's it's at least 50% of people that start smoking cigars usually go for something infused.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I'm about to blow your mind. So, I would say probably 2011, maybe 2012. I was in Vegas for my birthday and went to the Davidoff store. And I said, let me get the smoothest cigar that you have available in the store. The guy put me on to a Davidoff Millennium.
Ooh.
Okay.
it was a good cigar.
Mm-hmm.
A little heavy for my palate at the time, but it was a good cigar. But I think if I had kept smoking that kind of a cigar starting out, I probably wouldn't be smoking cigars right now. But again, it was a good cigar. So
Yeah.
I just
Very good
mentioned
cigar.
your palate. So do you think? Well, I'm quite sure I already know the answer, but just for the people, has your palate changed from your first cigar smoke till now?
Mine
Or
has, yeah. I mean, so not in regard to Fuentes, because I still smoke a considerable amount of Toro Fuentes. It's probably my normal, go-to cigar. But now when I smoke Fuente, it's a little more robust, a little more complex than the first one I smoked. My palate has gotten a little, yeah. My palate says, depends on what time of day it is, but most of the time now, it's medium plus or full. In the evening, first cigar of the day is usually something medium, light plus, but it's definitely changed.
Troy?
It's kind of a nuanced answer. I mean, for me, yes and no. I mean, because like I mentioned, I started with that acid cigar, but probably I would say that I jumped fairly quickly into that medium full range after that, and that's probably about where I am today. It's pretty rare that I would enjoy a light-bodied cigar, and it would definitely be rare for me to ever pick up any type of flavored cigar. It would probably be more so, if I picked up a flavored cigar at all, it'd be more so just to try it. I mean, I'm usually there waiting when you guys do inventory, so, as the box opens up, I can try it out, see what it does.
Right?
Well, I can say that my palate has changed tremendously, and Andy can attest to it, because mild cigars was everything for me, and then Rock Hotel Emerald comes through, and I'm smoking that. The lead with 135th, that's one that I'll pick that thing up any day and smoke it.
And Troy got one of those today.
And then you got the my father, the Dueña. What am I missing, Andy? Because a whole bunch of stuff I smoked that is kind of in the mid range.
But you have
Party gets black.
It's black, very delicious Dominican full-bodied cigar.
Oh, and by the way, this Blackened that we're smoking is a Maduro. So most of you that watch the channel know that I don't smoke Maduros, but I'm smoking one today.
Yeah, you're smoking a triple Maduro, basically, yes.
I had my food today, so I'm good. I'm ready to rumble, and we got some Blackened whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, and it's nice and warm and to the body too. So very delicious whiskey there. So Andy, give me just a small background of what we say when we're saying that your palate has changed, or what your palate is.
It's when you take in the smoke from a cigar, when it gets inside your mouth, the roof of your mouth, it usually gives you a hint of what the nuances of the cigar might be as you go forward smoking that cigar through the 3/3. But, for a lot of us, regardless of how long we've been smoking, not very many of us have palates that have the ability to distinguish, how a cigar by true aficionados are described. Now, certainly since I started smoking frequently, there's certain nuances I can pick up, but nowhere near as many as there are for the cigars that are out here.
Yeah, and I can attest to that, because there's been a lot of cigars that I'll smoke and I'll just like it because it's a mild cigar or it's a medium cigar and it has a good background. But some cigars that I'll smoke like this one, I mean, I can't pick up on what's there, but I know if I smoke it again, I'll probably will be able to pick it up. Like back when I was smoking Romeo and Juliet, I can tell you that woodiness of that cigar is out there, very heavy. Henry Clay has that heavy kind of cigarish. What am I looking for, Andy? What's the that back end of the cigar when it comes through?
So when you retrohale your cigar, there are aspects that are much clearer to you. And I know it was a while before you really took on, retrohaling your cigar, but
yeah, now I can't stop because
right.
of you. Thanks. Shots fired.
And you should thank me because now you can really appreciate the cigars you smoke.
True. I have been able to pick up on some different flavors, some different tastes to some of the cigars that I've smoked. I can't always tell you exactly what it is because sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly what that flavor is, what's hitting your palate at that time. But, I mean, other than that, man, there's some great cigars out there that you can pick up on, the cocoa, the nuttiness, the woodiness. Some of them have a little bit of I don't know if you would call it tart, but
yeah,
a little bit of tartness to them. So
people say that's the citrusy aspect to a cigar,
right?
Maybe tart,
What about you, Troy? You've been picking up on some notes on some of your cigars that you smoked.
I'll tell you what. This cigar right here, I don't taste cocoa. I don't taste any dried fruit. I don't taste bread, crackers, none of that stuff.
Right.
In this or in this bourbon. But
Whiskey, sir.
I'm more of a
American
pass-fail
whiskey.
system. Am I going to smoke that cigar again or not?
And you know what? Some people are like that. Some people are just like,
most
give me a
people
mild,
are. Right.
Yeah, give me a mild, medium, or bold cigar, and let me go ahead and smoke that. I like this cigar, but I don't know why I like it. I just like it, and that's fine. But eventually, just like Andy said with me, eventually you'll get to that point where you can sit up there and say, "Oh, I can taste that. I can, I got that taste. I see this in that cigar when I'm retrohaling." And there's another thing: a lot of people don't retrohale; they just take it in and blow it right back out.
Well,
so you might miss some of that stuff.
Well, and that's what I'll say. Is that with respect to the retrohale, I mean, I definitely do that on not all but most cigars that I have, but it does enhance the flavor, especially if you're sitting down with a good cigar like this and a good bourbon like this. It does, enhance the
Okay, I'm
experience.
trying to tell you that it's a whiskey. Shot fired. Shot fired.
Hey, it's part bourbon, okay? It's blended. Did you not hear what I said? Wasn't listening.
Clearly.
Man, it's a dog fight out there.
Well, at least he's not asking us to,
Sit in a chair with him.
if we have freaking our crowns with us. So.
I already know the answer to this question for Andy, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Special occasion cigar and why?
Special occasion cigar. One thing I'll say about that is, I don't know if I have a particular special occasion cigar, but there is, shop down in McLean. Paul Garmerian has a shop, and with his cigars, I will usually go down there every year on my birthday. That's probably the only time of year I actually go down there. But you know, one of my favorites of his is a 30th anniversary that he has. That is truly a birthday cigar for me. But I mean, in general, though, you know, a lot of people go and buy like a $150 cigar, and that's their special occasion cigar, and I see that. But with cigars, I don't necessarily attach a dollar value to it, though.
Right.
You know, I might, have $100 cigar or something like that I might just, break out and try one day, and it probably would be on a special occasion, but, it's not necessarily with any specific expectation or anything like that. It's just, okay, here's an occasion to try that.
And PG makes some very fine cigars, no question about it. It's a
Yes.
shame that they're not more available.
Right.
But yeah, I get that.
What's yours, Andy?
Without question, it is the Plasencia Almaforte, and I know exactly what to expect, and I am never disappointed.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
I would say mine is the Padron Presidente.
Good call.
And the reason why is because I'm not really a spicy cigar kind of guy, but I can smoke that. And it has a lot of flavors in it that, hit my palate just right. And the spice is not heavy or, very present when you're smoking it. It's just kind of like that mellow, right there in the middle type smoke. So I can smoke that special occasion cigar, and it comes in a nice little, cute little box that you can get. It's like a little bit of decoration on the box to make you want to go and buy it. Cause
Like a square metal tube. It's
That
going
you
to make a
wanna-
freaking difference to the
I'm
cigar.
feeling like there's shots fired again.
Good Lord.
But I have to comment though, Tyrone. Picking Padron is, it's cheating a little bit.
How is that cheating?
Well, because you could pick up almost any Padron in there, in the humidor in there, and you will have a pleasant experience.
Yes, you are.
Correct. So there's no doubt that Padron, Plasencia, Davidoff, you're gonna get that cigar, and you should not be disappointed in that cigar. Now there's other cigars, like we keep hearing it. Rocky Patel hasn't been that great of a cigar, in the past couple years.
They have some good cigars.
But the
Yeah.
Rocky Patel Emerald has kind of put them back on the map. So I think people are starting to go back to those, go back to Rocky, which Rocky keep on making cigars similar to the Emerald so that you can get back on the map. Fuente, I think Fuente has a great cigar. Love to smoke that.
Right?
Some of the opuses that they have in that line, very good cigars. We need to come on here and do the Rare Pink one time, because that Rare Pink is a very good cigar as well for Fuente.
That sophisticated hooker is outstanding.
I don't know if we can say.
Carlito.
I don't know if we can say sophisticated.
It's the name of the cigar.
Carlito, don't stop.
We might have to edit that part out.
Yeah.
All right, so myself and Andy work in a cigar shop. I haven't been cleared to use the name of it yet, but we do work in a cigar shop. So here's a question for you, Andy, about a cigar shop. What irritates you the most from the customers at a cigar shop?
I don't know that I don't know that that the customers.
There's
Have
something
one
that the
specific-
customers do that irritates the crap out of you. I want you to tell everybody what that is.
I like how you changed the word there. Not say something else.
Yes, I was.
No, because you're either going to have customers come in and ask because they don't smoke or they're trying to buy something for somebody, but there's some customers that come in and believe in their heart of hearts that they're an exceptional cigar smoker with exceptional taste, and they have a tendency to be a little uppity about, the whole process of coming in to buy a cigar. But, even that doesn't irritate that much. I mean, the idea behind coming into a store or, a lounge to have a cigar is to have that opportunity to relax, not just enjoy the cigar, but to enjoy the camaraderie that you have with the other people in the lounge smoking. So when you have an individual that comes into a cigar lounge with other people that are enjoying each other's company, and they create angst, for the other customers.
Yes, Marines use big words.
That would be my biggest issue, is that, just realize when you come into a cigar shop, the idea is to relax and enjoy it, and that's what the people that come into a cigar lounge want to do.
All right, so he was trying to be nice. Forget all that. I don't like it when you drop ash on the floor and act like you don't know that it's down there. We have ashtrays, and I'm looking directly in the camera when I'm saying this. We have ashtrays in the shop that you can put your ash in. Please put your ash in the ashtray. If you are a cigar smoker and you're not smoking outside, put your ash in the ashtray. It's not that hard. Some ashtrays are bigger than others. If you can't put your ash in a small ashtray, go to a bigger one. Now, the other thing, if we're all in here sitting and having a good time, don't be that one person that wants to come in and try to take over the conversation. This is a relaxing environment, hence the name, Relax and Chill. You come to relax and chill and smoke a cigar. And if it's a nice cigar lounge, you're gonna drink some bourbon, as we do here. But don't come in and try to take over the conversation. Lastly, if you're here smoking a cigar and you have no idea how to smoke that cigar, go home. We don't want you here. Now, we can teach you how to smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
But we might as well cut it, light it, and smoke it for you. And then you can watch us smoke it, and then you can learn how to smoke it from there. But no, please, if you don't know how to smoke a cigar smoking is your first time smoking a cigar, make sure you let somebody know so that you don't be sitting up there burning up the cigar or putting the cigar out before you even get a chance to smoke it, honestly. Because that's the other thing that I dislike, even though I said that was the last one. But if you got this much cigar left and you put it out in the ashtray, don't come back in my cigar lounge. Stay at home. Smoke all your cigars at your house, because that's a waste of money right there. That's at least another, if it's a $20 cigar, that's at least another $15 worth of smoke right there. So smoke the entire cigar, please. That's what it's there for. And I said this on my video before too. Stop ducking the cigar out like it's a cigarette. It is not a cigarette. Just put it down. It will go out on its own. You don't have to push it out. It is not a cigarette. It is a cigar. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. Shots fired.
So, unlike Tyrone, I don't mind you coming into the store and you not know how to smoke a cigar. That's my job. I'm
I
gonna
was
teach you how
joking,
to
man.
do
I was
it.
playing around.
But
Everything else, I was serious about.
I know you are. And we have people
Stop
that
ducking your cigar out like it's a damn cigarette. It's not a cigarette. It's a cigar.
we have people that aren't familiar.
Put your ash in the damn ashtray,
We have people that are
not on the floor.
Oh my God! So we have people that just aren't familiar with cigar lounge etiquette, and again, that's fine. We can teach you that too. So not working in a lounge, what would be your issue for as
People sitting next
customers
to you.
Sitting next to you. Right.
Well, I'll say I'm not as annoyed as much by the ashing off on the floor because, I don't have to sweep that up. So that's one. But
Tyrone will make you sweep it up though.
I don't really have that many things because for one, just like I was saying about my first cigar experience, it's one of the things that I appreciate about the cigar shop, and most any cigar shop I've ever been in, they always have subject matter experts on everything.
Right.
I mean, it could be anything. The world's about to end. The damn asteroid's about to come in. Somebody knows exactly what to do if they just listen. Now there's varying degrees of credibility.
Right. True.
Person. Some people really do know what they're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
You can point them ones out as soon as they start talking.
Usually.
But
Triple 007.
Wow. Wow.
Lord have mercy. I hope these people out here are wearing their vests tonight. Good God.
But honestly, that's really kind of part of the experience. Having someone, discussion. I think sometimes when we go sit up in the front, and there's a group of us. Sometimes I'll call it the men's club meeting.
Right.
A lot of times the subjects that we get onto, there are actually things that where I actually came away knowing something I didn't know before. So all in all, that it's really part of the experience. I think. There are some people that do some annoying things, but that you're gonna walk down the street, you're gonna walk by someone that does that,
Right.
and it's no different in the cigar shop. But overall, I think it's part of it.
But the one thing that you can do, being in the cigar shop, and just FYI, the difference between a cigar shop and a cigar lounge. Some cigar lounges have alcohol and food. Some cigar lounges have chairs and a nice little area for you to sit and smoke. A cigar shop or a cigar store is just going to have those cigars and nowhere for you to sit. So when we say cigar lounge or cigar shop, we're talking about you being able to sit down, smoke a cigar. If you have bourbon or whiskey or scotch, whatever your preference is with your cigar, you can have that. Just make sure it's in something that the store owner or the store personnel can't see what it actually is, and you don't get them in trouble. But yeah, cigar shop etiquette, when you come in, just kind of sit back and relax and see what's going on before you interject yourself into a conversation or into what's going on in the cigar shop. Also, like I said, we have ashtrays for a reason. Use the ashtrays. Try not to put your ash on the floor. If you accidentally drop your ash on the floor, no big deal. But if you have more ash on the floor than you do in your ashtray, that's a problem. Letting people talk. Because some people talk a little bit more than others. And then some people just like to just sit back and listen, and they may interject one sentence and they're done. So you got to kind of fill out the room when you're in a cigar shop or a cigar lounge so that you make sure you fit in with the rest of the cigar group. Now, most of your cigar lounges, most of your cigar shops, they're going to have some regulars. Those regulars may be 5 to 10 people, maybe 10 to 15 people, maybe 20 people. When those people come in, you'll know who they are because everybody knows them. They get along with everybody. They talk to everybody. So when you're in that cigar shop and you notice those people, those are the people that you want to say, hey, this is my first time being in a cigar shop or a cigar lounge. How do things work here? Or even go up to one of the sales associates and say, hey, first time being here, what are your do's and don'ts for being here? And work from there. So, but make sure you put your dog on ash in the ashtray. I'm not going to say it again.
He's just not going to let it go.
I'm not.
Jeez.
I'm like a dog with a bone on that.
Well, I don't want him to scare off the people that come into a store for the first time because they happen to be traveling and this happens to be a cigar store.
Don't be scared. Just
Right.
be courteous. Be
And-
kind.
And
Be
yes,
mindful.
but most of the guys that are in that cigar shop are extraordinarily nice. If you were to ask them a question, they will happily, answer it for you if they can. So, that's the part that you want to impress upon people that may just be getting into smoking cigars. So don't be afraid to come into a shop and not know anybody, because I guarantee you the people in that shop are going to make you feel like you're a regular.
Absolutely.
So Andy is the mind behind this everything. I'm just gonna say whatever, and Troy is just gonna laugh because I'm saying whatever, and then Troy's gonna try to come in there and clean it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Andy is correct. When you come into a cigar shop, just try to find that person that you connect with, and just go from there. Or even like I said, the sales associate, talk to them, let them know, hey, it's my first time being in a cigar shop. How should I conduct myself? And honestly, you should just conduct yourself as yourself, but let it be watered down a little bit. Don't come in here full force saying MF this and all of that stuff, because some people don't actually like that. Just come in, be mellow, and then work your way into some of that butter bar.
One of the things that I'll say that I've seen, one of the craziest things, not at this lounge, but I've had the experience. I'm a consumer, not a tobacconist. Was where you walked into a lounge, this one particular lounge, right? And they had regulars there, and amongst them, they had assigned seating, right?
Wow.
And I saw, and actually one that I actually was a regular at tried to do this too.
If you own a cigar shop, a cigar lounge, don't have assigned seating.
Well, wait a
Let
minute.
people just
There
come
was
in
no
and sit.
official assigned
Well, that's
seating.
what I was
guarantee
gonna say.
The owner didn't do that. It was amongst them. They were trying to create their own rule.
Don't do
You know.
that.
Wait a minute. So that's not necessarily true either. Troy's right that there may be some shops that charge you to come into their lounge, and in those environments, there's no doubt that there's guys that are members of that lounge.
And they've already got their seat.
They already have, right.
That's
So-
different.
No,
I'm talking
just-
about an
right.
open lounge. You can just come in and sit and enjoy your cigar.
Well, I hope you don't go back to that lounge ever again.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, but
Well, I look at it. I looked at it as like some kind of punking, because when I was a regular at,
There's the
they
camera.
tried to do that, and I just went up to the dude. And I was like, "Go ahead, sit there. That's not. We don't have assigned seats here. You sit where you want."
right.
And if like one instance was that I'm thinking about, where the dude wasn't even there. They told him they can't sit in that seat. I'm like, no. If he does come in here right now, he can go sit over there.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever go back into that shop ever again.
That's the anomaly
Right.
cigar lounge, because that is surely not the average cigar lounge, regardless of what part of the country you're going to that lounge in. You're going to have people that are there to enjoy themselves, and they will welcome you.
Right.
So,
And I can say for the cigar shop that we're in today, that, like I said, I haven't got permission to say what cigar store or cigar lounge this is, but
You might not ever get that here.
well, it hasn't been shot down necessarily. It's just that I haven't talked to him enough to find out whether or not it's okay. But he was gracious enough to let us do this today, and more in the future. So, Three Veterans Cigars and Bourbon will be a thing from this point forward. Any suggestions on things that you want us to talk about, please put them in the comments. we'll go ahead and talk about them, bring them up. You know, Andy will give his intellectual answers to it. I will give you the joking, non-serious answers to it, and then Troy will come in there and clean it up. So,
Janitor, huh?
well, I mean, you know, chair force, you know, you guys don't really do anything, but
Oh my goodness.
you know, we're just gonna, you know, give it to you straight. We're not gonna sit up here and try to water down anything. If you want to know, we'll tell you. Some of the things I've said have been jokes, and I've came back and said, you know, that was just a joke.
Right.
But there are, you know, some things that you should be aware of going into a cigar shop, and Andy pretty much covered those. So again, any questions you have, any comments about anything we talked about, you're more than welcome to, you know, put your comments in the comment section. We'll look at them. We'll try to answer them on the next video. We'll talk about them on the next video. But anything other than that, either anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Because I pretty much ran out of everything that I wanted to talk about. So my questionnaire is done.
I think we covered it.
I was gonna say, for the first one, yeah.
First one for him. This is like my 30th.
True.
but yeah, for the very first one with the 3 veterans, cigars and bourbon, you know, we tried to cover as much as we could. But wait a minute. So we got the Blackened, we got the Blackened whiskey. What are your guys' takes on the two and
It's
the pairing? Yeah,
Thumbs up.
He's not gonna give us too much behind it. It's either pass or fail with him. Remember, Andrew.
No, he's right. It is good. You know, obviously they did their due diligence so that the cigar doesn't overwhelm that drink, and the drink doesn't overwhelm the cigar. So, and that's exactly what you're hoping to find when you are pairing your smoke with some kind of drink. So, yeah, no, they did their due diligence, and it's very tasty together.
So I would say this for a Maduro cigar. I haven't fully smoked the whole cigar, but from what I have smoked, it's not a bad cigar, and it's not really a heavy Maduro like some of the Maduros that I've actually smoked that I will never smoke again. But you know, it's pretty decent. And then, you know, the whiskey behind it, I mean, they actually did, like you said, they did what they needed to do to make those two match up very well. So
No, they did.
shout out to Drew Estate for the Blackened and Metallica for the Blackened whiskey. So yeah, pass or fail, huh, Troy? That's all we get. We can't
Give
get
a
that
pass. Give a pass.
I might have to
Troy
find
gives
another
it a
veteran
pass.
because he doesn't.
That's a plus. Because with Troy, you just have to say, would you smoke it again?
Yes, and if he doesn't, if he says he's not smoking it again, guess what? We're not smoking it either. So I'm sorry, cigar manufacturers, but if Troy says it's a no-go, we're not smoking that thing. We trust Troy's palate.
Well, you have to pay to get more than that.
Oh my.
Right now it's good.
So wait a minute.
Hold on. Okay.
Wait, Andy, let me double down on that one. Oh man, gentlemen, man, this was great. I mean, I wish we could have got. Well, I did get some of the beginning before we actually started, and another beginning before we actually started. So I have 2 beginnings that you guys will get a chance to see and listen to. We actually had a great time today, and I think in the future we're going to have even better time. We're going to try to get some people to come in and sit and talk with us, you know, and have some bourbon with us, smoke a cigar. Hopefully we can get some more veterans. I want to get at least an Army or a Navy guy in here. We do have a Navy corpsman that sits in with us every once in a while in the lounge, so I'll see if we can get him to come in and sit and talk with us for a little bit, get his opinions on stuff. But other than that, 3 veterans, cigars, bourbon, and y'all already know what it is.
Relax and chill.
Relax and chill cigars. Like, follow, subscribe, share.
Come on in.
And as always, Andy, stop playing. I think that was good. We did all right.